Welcome to Healing Lives with Corey Gilbert, a podcast sponsored by the Healing Lives Center. Discover how to love and lead your family well and biblically. God created sex, marriage, and the family for our stewardship, growth, and benefit. My heart and passion is to teach, train, educate, and disciple Christians that want strong marriages and families. The Healing Lives Center has been serving Christians since the year 2000. Its mission is to be a center for sex, trauma, and marriage education and transformation, where we offer counseling, coaching, courses, and speaking services to you, your church, or ministry. Check us out at healinglives.com. Welcome to the Healing Lives with Corey Gilbert podcast. Today, I'm so excited to have my daughter, my beautiful daughter, Mylie, on the podcast. She is 12, and you're going to say hi.
Hello.
She is 12. She'll be 13 this July. This is 2023 right now. We're recording this. So tell us about this story that you want to read to us.
So I wrote it because in American Heritage Girls for the Creative Writing Badge, I have to, for 14 days, write a short story every day.
Mm-hmm.
And then at the end, choose 2 and rewrite them as better and more complete stories.
Okay. So she read one to me the other day, and it just had me blown away. How incredible her writing, her thoroughness. You'll see here in just a minute. She's going to read this to you. Just a beautiful what she did. So do you want any preface to the story, or you just want to start reading?
Preface?
Like, tell us about it.
Oh, it was just something random that I decided to write, and then I like it.
Based off anything?
I don't think so. I think it might have come from maybe a book that I read actually for my homeschool co-op.
Okay.
The Bronze Bow. It's about a boy who his dad was killed by the Romans, and then so he's basically dedicated his life to killing them.
Yikes.
And then his sister is actually kind of like possessed in a way. And basically at the end of the book, Jesus comes and heals her, and he forgives the Romans. So
okay.
I guess this is just kind of I kind of decided to take part of it. And
all right, so here we go. We're going to listen to Mylie read her short story. So it's all yours.
So I called it Hope. I'm not certain about the name, but as I listened to baby Aya cry, I just wanted to curl up in a ball and cry with despair. She was deathly ill with who knows what. She was feverish and always crying. She was constantly hungry and thirsty, but whatever she ate or drank, she threw up again. The doctor had declared her unhealable after leaving me and my mother with my dying sister. My dad had been killed by the Romans when he tried to stop them from stealing a neighbor's crops, so it was just me and my mom, and my sister, of course. Asim, please go find one of the Pharisees, my mother begged quietly, her voice shaking. A Pharisee? I repeated in confusion. We had always hated the Pharisees for allowing the Romans to control our homes. Yes, maybe they can heal Aya, my mom murmured. I nodded, then ran out of the house. I ran as fast as possible in the direction of the synagogue. After a couple minutes of running, I spotted the traditional turban that the Pharisees wore. I ran towards the Pharisee, and when I got in front of him, I fell to my knees and begged, "Please, sir, my baby sister is deathly ill. Please help her." Lead the way, boy," he said after looking at me for a moment. I began to run when the Pharisee called out, "Slow down, boy. I am old." I slowed down to a more reasonable speed. Once we reached my house, he ushered me and my mom out of Aya's room, and he began chanting while he shook a sort of rattle. After 2 or 3 minutes, he came out, solemn. "I am sorry, I cannot help her. She is lost." Then he left. My mom turned and left for her room, crying, hopeless. I ran out, tears staining my cheeks. I was angry at the doctor and Pharisee for not healing her, angry at Mom for not comforting me, not seeing that I needed her, and at God for not healing my sister. She was just a baby. How could he let her die? I sat down in an alley somewhere and just cried, wishing things were different. I looked up to see a man walking down the alley. He looked at me and asked, "Are you all right, boy?" "No," I admitted, figuring lying would be useless with my tear-stained cheeks. "What is the problem?" he asked. "My sister is really sick, and neither the doctor nor the Pharisees could heal her," I confided. "There's something about this man that made me feel like I could tell him anything and everything." "Then we should pray," the man advised. "But the Pharisees already tried," I repeated in confusion, looking at the kind-faced man. "And do you think that God only listens to the Pharisees?" he asked in a calming voice. I thought about it for a moment. Then the man looked up, put his hands together, and prayed, "Lord God, Abba, Father, please heal Asim's sister, Aya, and let them be strong of body, mind, and faith. The man smiled at me, then stood up, looked at me, and said, You ought to go check on your sister, Asim. Huh? How? I asked in confusion. How had he known our names? As I looked around, I realized the man was gone. Excited, I dashed back home. I swerved around people. When I got home, I swung the door open and rushed in. Asim! Asim! The Pharisee healed her! My mom exclaimed in joy, wrapping her arms around me. Her eyes were still puffy and red from earlier, but her face was filled with more joy than I'd ever seen. Mom, it wasn't him, I explained excitedly. What do you mean? My mom asked, confused. It was a man I met. I don't know who he was, but I know it was him. I know it. And I can't help but wonder if he's the one we've been waiting for. If maybe he's the Messiah. After squeezing my mom again, I picked up Aya and hugged her, hopeful in every part of my being as I wondered who that man was.
Wow. Wow. That was amazing.
Thank you.
And so who's that man?
Jesus.
That's right. That's a beautiful story.
Thank you.
Powerful story. Well written. Yeah. I had chills just as she kind of got to the end of there. Oh, that's incredible. So as you can tell, I'm a proud dad. And so thought we would showcase my daughter and the story she wrote on this your podcast. So
I love writing.
That's awesome. And you're also writing a lot of other stuff too, right?
I'm writing a book with, I think I'm at page 190.
Wow.
I haven't started that page actually. I think that's chapter 27.
Oh my goodness. So proud of you, dear.
Thank you.
Until next time. Thank you for tuning in to the Healing Lives with Corey Gilbert podcast. It has been an honor to serve. If you are struggling, have questions, or in need, Dr. Gilbert offers a free consultation for new clients. Check us out at healinglives.com to book a call. If this has been helpful to you, please share it, leave a review, and help us get the word out so that we can see lives changed, marriages transformed, and more people come into a life-changing relationship with Jesus Christ. The Healing Life Center offers online courses, programs, books, intensives, and other services to help you live biblically and well. Discover more resources on YouTube and in Dr. Gilbert's Healing Marriage Facebook group, The Healing Marriage.